Alright, what is up guys, this is Corb, and an insane amount of events are about to drop inside of Raid Shadow Legends, even if you can't see most of them just yet in the event calendar. We've also got a massive shard pull bait event about to drop imminently, with the beginning of course, the clan versus clan tournament. We're going to be talking about if you should actually be thinking about pulling your shards for this event, under what conditions you should be pulling your shards for this event. But for 90% of people, why you probably want to be skipping the upcoming shard pull events during CVC, and really just skipping everything for the next 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest, man. Because that is the boat that most people are in. So let's do this, man. Before we get started, if you're looking to create a new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, get a clean slate in Raid, start off a new free-to-play account, or you're looking to invite a friend to start playing Raid, send them the beginner promo link that is down below this video and have use that link on laptop or PC to create a new Raid account for all of the free stuff that you see on screen right now, man. Basilius, Ranus as your day 1 start legendary, a few free epic champions as you level up your account. That's all from the beginner promo link down below, and get that done before October 30th, while Michelangelo is still the login reward legendary turtle free for all accounts, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, man. Let's do this, man. Starting off with the CVC progressive shard pull events. Now, needless to say, you should only be thinking about pulling for these events at all if you are close to Mercy with any kind of given shard, right? That's just a certain amount of pulls without hitting a legendary most of the time is what you're paying attention to here. So if you've got like 10 or 11 sacred shards without pulling a legendary, and you really like the look of one of these legendaries, and you've got a lot of sacred shards in your stockpile, you could think about pulling for one of these guys. I will point out, by the way, I'm actually 11 Sacred Shard summons without a legendary, but even I'm going to be skipping on this event for reasons that we're going to get into. And behold the bait. Oh my god. We've got some good champions here, man. We've got Elva, Sean on up. This is for day 1 of the CVC that's starting tomorrow. For 24 hours, these are the champs that are going to have a progressive chance. 15x, starting at like a 15x chance. To grab these champions if you hit gold from like a Sacred Shard, Ancient Shard, or Void Shard pull, because that's some Void champions down there as well. Grandork Podrick is absolutely insane. He's worth a bigger line. I won't be spotlighting all of these champions necessarily, but ones here and there that really catch my eye, I will go ahead and shine a light on. Grandork is just one of those guys. Incredibly nutty A1. Attacks when enemy chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random ally's active skill by 2 turns. Dude, this thing's on a 50% land on his A1. So even his A1 is absolutely nuts. He also brings an ally attack on a 410 on his A2. Also fully restores all allies destroyed max HP, plus continuous heal buff for them for 2 turns. His A3 places increased speed, massive debuff cleanse, as well as 10 meter fill. And then on his passive, he just spams out buffs every single turn. Dude, at the start of this champion's turn, place a buff on each ally for 1 turn, depending on their type. Protection set God, massive speed aura in dungeons as well. Just very nice champion. Also, the very next champion on the list is going to be Nekmothar, who frankly is going to get my little tick of approval. Why? Well, I've never actually built a Grandork Podrick before, but I've built a Nekmothar, and let me tell you something, this champion is an absolute game changer, dude. It's really tough to think of an area of the game, like maybe like Hard Fire Night or something, where Nekmo isn't an absolute beast. Where is he? There he is, man. Speed aura in all battles by 90%. It's just universally powerful and universally useful everywhere. Attack all enemies here, 1 chance of placing decreased attack. Brings decreased speed and leech debuff against all enemies as well on a 3-10 on his A2. And then a 4-10 cooldown, but also gets an extra 10, so really a 3-10 cooldown. A3 placing an increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. 10 meter fill, and yeah. He's immense. Use him in my best Chimera team, my best Hydra team. He's going to help your account with progression basically everywhere. I don't know, dude. I think Nekmo is him, right? He's one of the main characters of Raid. Mighty Yuko's absolutely insane. Morrigan, she gets like a little mini line. Morrigan's fine. She's fine. She's okay. You're not super happy if you pull a Morrigan most of the time. Not compared to the other guys on this list, that is. Senna Amberheart is another absolute Chimera monster. Lady Noelle is shockingly good if you're really prioritizing live arena. I mean, she shouldn't get a longer line than Senna, what am I talking about, right? But Lady Noelle is very good. Shows up in live arena all the time. Slow builds, high resistance builds, stone skin, very reliable reviver that also brings a speed aura for live arena as well. And then we've got good old Yasensa, who, whatever, Winston. I just want to get to the next day, frankly. But yeah, some very powerful champions here. Only be considering pulling these, honestly, if you're already into Mercy on one of your shard types, one of your shard groups, would be my first recommendation. This right here is the day 2 progressive chance event schedule, and so, you know, we've got some amazing champions here as well. PLARIUM going hard with the bait in this one. And why am I calling it a bait so much? We've still got so many Ninja Turtle events coming up, guys. So many. And I'm not talking about the upcoming events in the Donny Titan event either. In fact, screw those, but we'll get to those in just a second as well, right? Just be looking to save your shards. That said, Freya Fate Weaver, I use her in my own live arena team as 10 meter booster, cleanser. Even at A1 does like pretty reasonable damage as well. She's honestly a pretty good champion. We've got Ballard the Lost, who, honestly, has anybody out there building Ballard the Lost? I don't actually have him on my own account. I don't think, at least. God, I don't think so. Okay, yeah, I don't. My God, what the hell is wrong with me? If anybody out there has built Ballard the Lost, how does he feel? He's a champion that I'd be very, very excited to build, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Did you make that much of a splash in your account if you did build him yourself? Poisoner, big AoE damage on his poisons against waves of enemies, places decreased resistance debuff, increased accuracy on allies, places leech as well, poison activation. Yeah, is he worth all that if you build them out on your own account? Do let me know. And overall, there's very, very powerful champions here as well with White Queen and Korra. She shows up in Live Arena all the time. Brogni is a progression demigod. UDK, yeah, everyone's faced up enough for UDKs in Arena to know what he's all about. Niame, I'm not actually that familiar with what she's all about. Sulfurion is going to get a check. Guy's an absolute monster. And you know what? How can I not give Freya Fate Weaver a tick as well? She's just crazy. Very, very powerful champion, man. Defense aura in all battles. Again, she brings that debuff cleanse and that 10 meter boost that I was talking about already. Massive AoE increased defense and shielding on a 310 on a A2 as well. This can also be a lifesaver in a live arena in certain cases, certain scenarios. She's incredible at the PvE, by the way. In more ways than Live Arena as well. I just find that she's pretty good in Live Arena, most because of, well, her A1 is an AoE with a chance to base provoke, which can come in kind of clutch. And then on her passive effect, increase her defense every time an ally inflicts a crit, stacking up to 50%. And then on a 5-10 cooldown on her passive, this is what's great for Live Arena, for me at least. Prevent the death of the ally with the highest crit damage, except this champion, and keep them alive with 1 HP when they would otherwise be smacked with a fatal hit. Yeah, it also then heals that ally by 20% of the max HP and activates an instant turn effect on them. So you can just get free wins randomly, especially against enemies that aren't super clear on what Freya Fate Weaver's passive actually does, which is more people than you would think in Live Arena. So she's quite a beast. Now, I did brush over these champions pretty quickly. If you feel like I missed some recommendations in the comments for champions that people should and could pull for in this event, if they're close to Messi on their shards, by all means, men, light up the comments, because I just want to get to the bit where I say, I don't feel like anybody should be pulling their shards for this CVC event, with the exception being that, okay, look, I'm on like 11 sacred shards without a legendary. I'm 1 pull away from hitting Messi. If I was like 14 or 15 pulls of sacreds without hitting a Lego, and I was well into Messi and I could be pulling a legendary anytime, fine. I'd go ahead and pull. I'd probably lock in Grand Oak Podrick for my progressive chance event, and I'd try my luck, you know? But that's only because I've got a whole bunch of sacred shards, okay? I've got a whole bunch of sacred shards. Same thing with voids as well. If I was into void Messi, fair enough. I might actually think about this. I don't actually know what Messi I'm on void shards, by the way. I need to check that, but I'm gonna save everything, because in case you're under any misapprehensions about the upcoming events that are on their way inside of Raid Shadow Legends, my God, the vast majority of players, including myself, are just looking to prepare for upcoming Deck of Fate events, Heroes Path events, whatever comes down the line to get our hands on those guaranteed turtles. I got super, super lucky during the Prism Shard pulling event, and I already pulled Leonardo on my own account, so I don't need to worry too much about saving up for him. But for Raphael, I've got 3 out of the 4 turtles already. I am going to be prepared to get my hands on Raphael whenever that event comes down the road, whatever it may be. I need to make sure that I have the resources ready to go for that event. And Leonardo, probably the most busted turtle of them all. Again, probably a Hero's Path, probably a Deck of Fate. It's either going to cost you a whole boatload of sacred shards, as many as like, I don't know, could it be like 15 or 16 sacred shards or something, if it ends up being a Hero's Path event. It could also end up being a Deck of Fate event and costing you soulstones instead. We just don't know what resources it's going to take to get our hands on these champions. And for me, at least, for that reason, I'd recommend that you basically save everything that you can on your account over the upcoming weeks. Now, as for events in the more immediate future, okay, and by that I'm talking about the upcoming Clan vs. Clan tournament and the currently ongoing Smart Fella Titan event. Yeah, save everything during these as well. Would be my recommendation, okay? Maybe or maybe not during the CVC. That's up to your clan. If you want to try and win every single CVC that you're in, by all means, knock yourself out, okay? But for this Titan event, guys, my goodness, is it not worth going for the 5-star Donny Perfect Soul, okay? So there's some upcoming events for this Titan event that I recommend that basically everybody skips, because getting the 5-star Soul for Donny's a great champion, by the way. Fantastic champion, excellent stuff. He'll do just fine in a 3-star Soul. The upgrade that you're getting from pushing from a 3-star to a 5-star with a champion like Donny, remember, his kit doesn't even need accuracy at all. And he's a very, very much just like a hard support champion, bringing like cooldown resets and stuff to other champions on your team. You don't really need that 5-star soul, man, that 5-star blessing on your Donny. It's not going to make that massive of a difference for the resources that it's going to cost to actually finish this Smart Fella Titan event, when you could be saving those resources to try and grab Raphael and or Leonardo. Which brings us very, very neatly on to the flurry of upcoming events that are associated with this Smart Fella Titan event, right? We're on like the official PLARIUM player launcher calendar right now. This Smart Fella Titan event, dude, it's got a crap load of associated events coming up very, very soon. This is where we are right now on Monday on the 8th. And the CVC, as you can see, is going to be starting tomorrow. Oh my god, get ready for burnout, boys, because let me tell you something, okay? This CVC is going to start, okay? On the same day the CVC starts, a Fire Night tournament's going to start. I recommend that you blast the hell out of this tournament right away. On the second day of CVC, there's then going to be a Shredder's Wrath tournament. I recommend you finish this Shredder's Wrath tournament and farm everything you can, at least the pizza points from this Shredder's Wrath tournament, which are, of course, over here. Farm this during the CVC as well, so that you're getting CVC points and farming the Shredder's Wrath tournament at the same time. But most importantly, you'll also be finishing the tail end of the Dungeon Divers event, which is down here, using this Shredder's Wrath tournament. And, you know, you're going to get a lot of progress from that from the Fire Night tournament as well. But basically, there's a lot of dippage and triple dippage and stuff going on right now, during the CVC, between all of these dungeon tournament events, and they all give pizza points, and for me, they're all very, very important. And just in terms of efficiency, it makes sense to blast these during the CVC and while the Dungeon Divers is up, and just make sure that you're getting these pizza points, right? You still want to secure the Donny 3-star soul at the end of the day. Now, moving on along the calendar a little bit, when the CVC comes to an end, okay, so a little bit later on in this week, there's going to be a Summon Rush event starting on the Friday. Skip this. Skip this, man. Just the same as the CVC Progressive Shard Pull event, this is probably going to be a big, meaty Summon Rush event with very, very tantalizing possible rewards. There may even be something like a Progressive Chance event in the Summon Rush event, where we have, like, Raphael is like one of the Progressive Chance options. Maybe like Raphael in April or something. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very, very succulent. It's going to be very, very tantalizing. These are all just predictions, but this is what I'm expecting. Okay, so the same rules are going to apply for this event. If you're looking to get your hands on all of the turtles, and you are super, super close to something like Sacred Shard Mercy or Ancient Shard Mercy, and you want to have a pop at this until you just like pop your first legendary during the Progressive Chance, and it makes sense for you to try your luck in the Summon Rush event, fair enough, go for it. But you don't need to do this event for the pizza points, is what I'm saying, okay? You should be able to get the 3-star soul for Donny, hitting all of the other events, the Spider tournament and stuff like that, and some champion training and the gear enhancement, all these other just like fusion style, I guess, events. A Titan event is kind of like a fusion event after the fusion. You know what I'm saying? You get all the same events again, Summon Rush, Champ Training, Gear Enhancement, all of that crap, all the dungeon tournaments and stuff. Oh god, it's very, very exhausting, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in the game right now. I wouldn't even begrudge anybody who just said, you know what? Screw the Titan event, screw the Donny Soul. I did the fusion, but I'm not that interested in getting the 3-star soul for Donny. I'm just going to chill. I wouldn't begrudge you that at all. There's so much stuff happening in the game right now that a lot of people just want to take a break, and I think that's totally fine as well. But yeah, even if you are going for the 3-star Donny Soul, I would still consider skipping the Summon Rush event and saving your Sacred Shards for the chance of getting Raphael at a bit of a later date. Now, another event that you might want to be preparing for or preparing to skip, depending on where your account is guys, This Smart Fella Titan event, which is at the top of the calendar right now for the Donny Soul, it actually runs until the 23rd, by the way. So the calendar doesn't even go that far, but this Smart Fella Titan event runs until the morning of the 23rd. Man, we're in this for the long haul. It means that we're missing a lot of events right here. Right here on Friday the 19th, there's almost definitely going to be another Champion Chase tournament, for which I believe Void Shards will be the 2x event for the Champion Chase tournament that starts right here. So I'm beating a dead horse here, but all the same rules are still going to apply for this Champion Chase. And if you're close to, or I should say, whether you're close to Messi or not in these shards, it might just be irrelevant. You might just want to pull your voids towards the end of this anyway, to try and finish off the Smart Fella Titan event to secure the Donny 3-star soul if you still need it at that point. But again, just save all shards when you can. Because why? Because at the end of this Smart Fella Titan event, okay, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the PLARIUM just dropped the next fusion right here. You know, if they just let's be real, man. Everybody is hoping and praying for Splinter to show up. You know, the Ninja Rat, the master of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? Everybody's expecting, anticipating that, oh my god, dude, Splinter might show up here as the next fusion. Even more reason to save all of your resources and then make a decision once it gets to like the 23rd. Do you want to go for the Splinter fusion? Do you want to skip on the Splinter fusion and save all of your resources for trying to get Raphael and Leonardo from like Deck of Fate events and stuff in future? That's going to be a massive, massive decision point for you on your account, but you're not going to, that decision's going to be taken out of your hands completely, and you're not going to be able to do anything about an upcoming fusion here or upcoming Leonardo events and stuff like that if you blast all of your resources on trying to get the Donny 5-star soul. So this is all just a very, very long-winded way of saying that a hell of a lot of events are going on right now. Farm them efficiently and be very, very careful with your resources, man, because we're like not even halfway through this Turtle Bonanza kind of limited time crossover event just yet. Thanks for watching, guys. Be very, very careful with your resources, man. Thanks for stopping by. If you're looking to create a new raid account, man, make sure to go ahead and get that done right now by using the beginner promo link that's down below this video at the top of the description box to create that new account for all the free stuff that you see on screen right now. Do let me know if you are pulling for any of the shard events that are coming on up. What champions are you pulling for? Are you planning on just skipping everything from now until Christmas? I'm thinking about maybe doing something a little bit like that on my free-to-play account. So hell, I wouldn't begrudge you that either. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we're going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.